All right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. This is going to be a today's love tarot story. So let us see where this one takes us. We have got community. Okay, well, that's nice. Start out with all the butterflies flying through the forest here makes me think that there's a lot of change in a community. Now, this looks good. This looks peaceful. This looks like change for the better. There could be that either a character has like found themselves in a say a group dynamic, and that whole group is changing, or the entire like collective that they are kind of like engaging with. Sometimes, let's say it's a workplace scenario, sometimes all it takes is one really bitter person to finally like quit, and then everybody else in the entire company gets along great again. And it's like, wow, I had no idea that one fly in the ointment could make everybody so uncomfortable, and everybody, like in a little snit with each other. And then, that one person quits, and everything shifts, everything changes. Maybe this is a change of an era, or maybe this is like a laying down. Sometimes also characters just find a place of peace and comfort with each other, and a lot of tensions ease up. So we have a wonderful vibe of less tension, less stress. I really like that. Hi, Angel. How are you, honey? We've got a Girl of Wands. Now, remember, this is a story that is intended to, reflect the topic of love. This is normally the Page of Wands, but we actually have, someone in their wedding dress. This is the first step. We have those butterflies again, and this is a completely different deck, completely different artist. So we need to pay attention to those butterflies, because there's big, big, big change all over the place. So a lot of good fortune here also. We have like one of those good luck frogs that, part jade, part gold. I feel like we've got love in the air. We have, I don't know if someone has started to spend time with a new group of people. They've, gotten to be friendly with a group, and through that group, they don't know it yet, but they're going to be meeting somebody that could be their forever person. It just feels like a lot of hostility and mistrust and loneliness is being replaced by a sense of community, and a sense of like, oh, I don't know, feels relaxed. It feels kind of nice. It feels like I'm inspired. I like talking to certain people. I like connecting with certain people in a way that I hadn't for a while. And this could have far reaching implications. A page's energy is the very beginning, it's the first step. And this is, pages are our messengers. So we have an Emperor in the reverse, but we have a Four of Wands upright. We have a Seven of Cups. To me, this says this could be the story of a feminine who is just now coming out of her shell. She's just now getting back into the swing of things. She's just now being around people again. She's just now starting to have a good time. Maybe she joined a mountain biking club. Maybe she's joined a hiking club. Maybe she's painting outdoors in some Saturday afternoon class. Whatever it is, she's getting out there and she's finding community, and it's really nice, and it's making her feel safer. It's making her feel more comfortable around others, and it's making her connect to others. And it's the thing is, she is so not seeking some romantic connection. She really isn't. In fact, if anything, she might even have like an aversion specifically for the concept of dating. She doesn't want to talk to emperors. Nope, not interested. She may even be like, I don't believe there's good emperors out there, which of course is never a good idea to summarize a group of anything, right? Everybody is their standalone own identity. So this is kind of a foolish thing to ever do, and it's also mean spirited to classify any group of anything as such and such. Oh, I don't like them. I don't want that. All emperors suck. No, that's not the case. But maybe she's felt that way for a while. Nope, I just like this new community I'm forming. What I think she doesn't realize, though, is that a lot of energy is softening, and that kind of maybe she's still wary, but the more time she spends out here in this forest, the more I think she needed some earth energy around her. I feel like this is a person who needed to get out of their own environment, be around other cool people, start to form some trust, not with romance in mind, start to be around nature, get back into the rhythm of something that feels natural. And I think almost without her realizing it, because the Seven of Cups can be opportunities and options and things that she doesn't expect to find that are going to be a little bit of a surprise to her. She may discover that as her energy changes, she changes. As her thoughts shift, there's a profound amount of healing and building trust without meaning to. Even though she keeps saying, but I'm not looking to date anyone, I'm not socializing to meet anybody. I think she's possibly going to fall in love in spite of herself. And I don't know, but she may fall in love with someone who she previously has been like, like, you know, vampire, stay away. I'll wear garlic. I'll, intentionally make sure that they don't want to talk to me. I don't know. It almost feels like she doth protest too much. Like she's so determined. I absolutely will not want that emperor. I'm not looking to date anybody. And there's nothing to say this emperor person is chasing her around at all. But it's weird that almost from the first moment, this feels like a very reluctant to date person. The only thing she's down with right now is connecting to a community, but subconsciously she's meeting the person that she may marry, because this is her marrying and this is her marrying, and she's like the last to know about it. Tell me, let's just talk about that emperor for a second, because I think that she is hell bent against a particular idea or a particular person. Like, yeah, in this community of everyone that I go mountain biking with or whatever, yeah, there's one guy, we'll say, and oh, he's so conceited and I can't stand him, and I would never see. That's why I'm not here to date. I'm only here to mountain bike. And I think that she spends maybe a little too much time thinking about how she's not going to talk to an emperor. She's got them pegged all wrong. They are a king of cups. They are not a tyrant. She has classified them as that, vilified them as that, because she's saying, I don't want that. All I want is to have some peace in my life. You know what I feel like? She was probably pretty wounded. And at some point in time, you always hear those stories of people who say, I met my person when I wasn't looking. I mean, I was staunchly against dating, but for some reason, then I met them and my guard came down, and I don't know what it was about them. Well, first off, she's pegged them all kinds of wrong. Thankfully, I think her inner voice is smarter, I'll say, than her wounded voice. And her, sometimes we tell ourselves these stories and they're not real. All I want is to have some friends and hang out with cool people. I will not date anybody, certainly not that really cute hunky emperor, because I'm sure he's a tyrant. He's full of himself. No, that's the title you gave someone that you didn't know, and you didn't bother to get to know him yet and see, wow, this is a really loving individual. This is somebody who is faithful and true. This is Four of Wands. The two of you are a perfect match. And she's hell bent. She does not want him. Out of everybody that she doesn't want, she especially doesn't want him. And yet something inside of her, maybe it's her soul, maybe it's her, like I say, the more intelligent subconscious side of us, the intuitive side of us. I think she recognized that this person is a good person, but in her brain, it was like alarm bells, alarm bells. If I feel any attraction to somebody, screw that. I'm sure they're conceited. They're probably a tyrant. I don't want them. They're going to be just like my ex, and I'm not dating. This definitely feels like somebody who is, she's a little spicy about like, I'm not. But it's so ironic that that's a perfect person for her, which is maybe why she pushes back so hard initially, because this is too good to be true. And if maybe there's one thing that she's learned, it's that when something feels good and feels safe and feels like you can trust it, run for the hills, because those are the ones that hurt the worst. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting off of her. That's what she's learned. because she's been through the ringer, and she was just now ready to start trusting people as friends. She certainly wasn't expecting to meet somebody to date or to marry. What's his story? I like him a lot already. He's great. You know, he comes up as a King of Cups, a Four of Wands, a Chariot. Well, he is an emperor though too, because only emperors and empresses get to ride in the chariots. He's some solid, direct, straightforward, considerate, loving, warm-hearted, and serious individual. And he may move directly toward her, and she may be giving him the evil eye, the stank eye. Tell me about that Seven of Cups. Let's go over here for that. Seven of Cups. I feel like he mixes up her emotions pretty good. Four of Cups. You know, it's crazy because it's okay. So we're back on her side of this. It's like after her telling herself all of this and her being vehemently against him, it's funny how it's almost like she has a moment of sorrow. Like, I'm sure that he's going to be a bag of crap and I don't want anything to do with him. But that sucks because I would have loved to have married somebody after all, even though I said I didn't want anybody. And I certainly don't want him because I'm sure he's awful. But it sucks because I feel almost sad, like I've played out in my mind that he could have been wonderful, but I'm sure it would have been a disaster. But I could have married him, but I'm not going to do anything with him. And he's definitely, everybody's full of crap. And God, it's so sad that everybody's so full of crap. And I feel like she's like almost crying for the relationship that she didn't have with the person that she says she doesn't want to have a relationship with, because she's already like putting a nail in the coffin and saying, I'm sure it would be a nightmare. So it's like she's living out the worst case scenario in her head and even feeling sad for the life they won't ever get to have. And then it's very like she's kind of overthinking stuff for sure. And she's thinking the worst possible scenario, because I think it's like, God, she already knows she wants this person. I kind of feel like this is a love at first sight for somebody who says, if there's one thing I've learned, it's not only don't trust love at first sight, you don't trust anybody. She is probably the most wounded feminine character I have seen in any of my stories, because she's so like suppressing instantly all the good stuff that she actually genuinely feels, and is kind of mixing up her own head a little bit. Like, this is the person who wants to fight against love, and it's exactly, she's found a good person and she's saying, that's why, don't make me believe in you, don't make me wish that I could believe in you, because I'm sure it's going to be nothing but crap, and that's going to suck worse. The message on this for her is she's going to have to get over that and get strong enough to look at what someone displays. She needs to get to at least open up her heart, and that's going to be scary. She has to be in charge of her own heart. It's not so much that she has to give them a chance, she has to give herself a chance. And I think it's a great message because it gives her the power to overcome the way she's been feeling about everything. She's already been brave enough to like try to build trust again with people, try to build community. I don't think she expected to meet somebody that she could fall in love with, but the big thing is she has to be able to trust her own heart, and she has to be able to trust that she's, yes, there are things in life that hurt and there are huge disappointments for sure, but she's strong enough to handle even those. So she doesn't have to stay away from something that she's drawn to and insist that it'll probably all just be awful. And so I just never even want to take a chance. It would be better for her to realize how strong she is and to realize how strong and resilient her heart actually is. If she feels like she's in control, King of Wands, and we're all in control, but the energy of the sun is the masculine energy. That's our king energy. If she steps into her masculine energy and says, wait a second, I own this. I own what happens next. If I'm actually attracted to somebody, maybe they'll turn out to be a terrible tyrant, an emperor, but you know what? I'll walk away if they are. But I don't have to guard my heart because I'm not fragile. I'm strong. And if I want to get to know somebody, damn it, I will. And if there's a hottie over there whose lips I want to test out, test run, why can't I be open to that? I don't have to be like pushing away something that I'm actually intrigued by. I think if she can take that power back in that way, it might really help her to like not feel vulnerable, like she's putting herself out there to get hurt, but reminding herself, I've been hurt before and I'm still standing. And there's nothing to say this new person would hurt me. But if I am drawn to them, why would I insist it's going to be something I don't want? Because even if it was good, it would somehow just fall apart and then it would just hurt too much. So instead, I'm going to mourn a loss of a relationship that I never even let try to get off the ground. This is so much better for her to get to that place of she hasn't given herself enough credit for how strong she is. She can handle this. She'll be fine. And I think that's otherwise, it's a lot of wasted time twisting her mind up and rejecting things that she actually wants. She at least wants to give a whirl to. She's especially needing to get beyond this because in this storyline, this is an awesome person. This is a beautiful person. And why be mean to a beautiful person that you don't know anything about and assume that they're crap? We've kind of like been working through her guarded energy and her wounds with her on this storyline, and I actually really like the fact that I think it's she got a chance to turn this all around. Seven of Pentacles. She's growing. It's okay that it takes a little bit of time. It's okay that she's been through some stuff, and this is like a storyline of how a character how does somebody who's been devastated, and I definitely based off of her behavior, I'm going to say she was pretty devastated by something. How do we rebuild ourselves? What's that process? She's gone through a hurt, a loss. She's rebuilt herself to this extent already, where she would be willing to trust and build community again. But now, how does somebody build trust on a one-on-one basis and put their heart back into a relationship? Well, it just says it takes some time. Trust doesn't happen overnight. Getting to know somebody doesn't happen overnight. Being optimistic again and giving people the benefit of the doubt doesn't happen overnight. But she's getting there. This is nice because it gives her a little bit of support, and it gives her a little bit of patience, and it gives her the chance to just kind of realize that this isn't the way she feels isn't a permanent state of being. That she's going to keep growing and she's going to keep changing her mindset day by day, little by little. A hurt that shapes us and makes us a little twisted for a while, we can get untwisted. It doesn't have to stay that way. And especially when she meets an amazing person that she's already subconsciously drawn to, I think she's meeting him at just the right point in time. And his consistency and his gentleness and his seriousness, that is like going to go a long way. This is just who she needs to rebuild some kind of faith with. I really like that one. Hey guys, good to see everybody. So nice to see you guys. Diana, Rachel, great to see you. Happy new moon, sweetheart. Walking Nat, hey, what's up, darling? Nancy Angelestro, good to see you, honey. Thank you for the star and the hibiscus. The Loud Whisper, great to see you tonight. I had a beautiful day. Andrea 54 Hector, hello. Spiritual sister, I love it. Hi, Sana A. How are you tonight? Karen Bishop, it's been a minute since I've said hi to you. Slay Princess, hi, Angel. And hello, Angel. Angel, you were first in the house tonight. You guys, really good to see all of you. Sending you lots of love. Thanks for hanging with me tonight. I will see you guys on the other channel on Case for Regretless Life. I'm going to go ahead and release a today's topic also. All right. I'm going to bounce on out before the baby starts chirping. Bye.